do Carol's meetings. She actually started out as my hospitality director that I met through someone else, but I actually just recently joined her team, so yay. The meetings are super fun. I know. And she's the reason why I wanted to join her team. So I have 2 kids, a son and a daughter, and I have a full-time job, but I do this part-time, mostly because I just love the products and I love seeing all the new things that come out. And I like making some of the videos like Candace makes. I like doing some of the posts and showing people really how they can simplify their dinners and make dinners faster and easier, and that's really what I like to do. That's why I do it.
Awesome.
So,
So, and how about you, Candace? You, other than trying to light your burner?
It's not working. Whatever. So I'm Candace. I have been a consultant for about 3 months now. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
I originally joined Pampered Chef because I wanted to have an experience that I've not had before being in front of people, and also because I wanted to learn how to cook. I hated cooking before I joined the Pampered Chef. Wow. Now I love it for the company itself and what they do. I especially love what we do for Feeding America. And because I like getting free products, like there's nothing better than free stuff.
No,
and
there isn't.
I also really like being able to be home with my boys. I did not want to go back to work.
All good reasons.
Oh, and I have 2 kids, a 5-year-old and an 8-month-old.
Okay.
8-month-old.
Okay, Bunny, since you were on first, we'll let you go and tell us about, just tell us a little bit about you, first of all.
Okay, I'm Bunny Porter. I met Candace online, and she's actually my cousin's second cousin, I believe, wife. And, and I have one son and a granddaughter, and they both live with us right now. And yeah, I like the products, and I've joined a couple of the parties online, and I think I liked Candace's the best, though.
Aww.
Yeah.
And where do you live, Bunny?
I live in Cassidy, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Alex, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. So I'm Alexandria. I go by Alex. I've heard of Pampered Chef like here and there. Jenny actually just mentioned it to me and told me that you guys were having a meeting, so I thought I'd tune in and get more information about it. I'm a nanny, hence why you hear all the children in the background. Well, they're in the other room now. I've been doing it for 1.5 years. I love it. I love cooking. I love cooking utensils. Anything that has to do with cooking, I love doing it. It's kind of just like a little side thing I love doing. So yeah, I don't know what more to say.
Okay, well, I'm gonna actually have, and I know I don't know. Can you see what we're doing, Alex?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, good. Because I'm gonna share my screen first of all, so you guys won't have to look at each other's face the whole time. People don't like it on Zoom for some reason, but you know. But anyway, I'm going to get my screen if I can. Let's see. I just have to find it. All right. Have to find the right thing. It's taking me a minute, but hold on.
what are you making, Candace?
Paninis.
Yum.
That's good. She's got to eat after going away all day today.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fast and easy tonight, so that's what I'm doing.
All right. Can you guys see this? Pampered Chef, make your everyday better.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the first slide, and this just kind of is going to help us with what we want to talk about and what questions you might have. So here is the next one. So you've already told us a little bit about your family, your occupation. What are your interests? So we'll start with We'll start with you, Bunny. Do you have, not having anything to do with Pampered Chef, what kind of things are you interested in?
Well, right now we're doing a lot of work at our home. We're doing a patio. I like doing outside things. I like gardening, and I do genealogy, and I really enjoy that.
Oh, wow.
Just basically the things everybody else likes doing, with their family and.
Okay. Good. And then you obviously also watch your granddaughter, and
Right.
that's a big thing. How
Right.
about you, Alex? Do you have any outside interests besides nannying and?
I would say one of my outside interests is I go out every so often and just help people in need, I would say, needy children. That's just kind of something I'm interested in doing. I've always had like a heart for them. So just outside, I will go out and either help them read or just different things like that. I actually know a couple people that have children that are special needs. So I'll go out and help them read or sit with them for a little bit, talk to them, just different things like that. So that's kind of one of my little outside hobbies that I do.
Alex went to China.
Oh, wow. Really?
Wow.
So you're willing to go out of your comfort zone by the signs of it.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So this is a good job we do help a lot of people. We do have the Feeding America that Candace already mentioned, which you can have people round up their order. We do breast cancer fundraising 2 times a year. And they're just coming out with a new program for providing cooking tools for schools if you do fundraisers. So we're not going to go into all that tonight, but Pampered Chef does really believe in helping people and each of us as well. So here's a really weird question I'm going to ask each of you. If you could do anything you wanted to do, no cost limitations or anything like that, what would you want to do? And either one of you can answer. Whoever's first gets to talk first.
Probably traveling.
Okay. Any particular place you'd like to go?
I would like to go to Vermont and, just different states. My husband has traveled pretty much all the states as a child, and we didn't do that a lot in my family. We had a farm and we had to be home, and so that's what I would probably do.
Okay, that's great. How about you, Alexandria?
I was going to say the same thing, traveling. My goal in life is to do all 50 states. So that I would say traveling. One place that if I had to just get it covered, probably either be like Dubai or Kenya somewhere.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know, I don't know if either Candace or Jenny told you, but you can earn trips through Pampered Chef, and they're all expensive paid. And I've earned, once you earn one, you'll never not go again because you're treated, everything is paid for. But you got to work hard to get it. But, just so you know, in the back of your mind, there are some perks to this business. And if you break it down in a year way, you can do it. So we'll see what happens with you guys. So my next slide is, this is kind of just to generate some of your questions. So which of these things about our business interests each of you? We have, if you can see the slide right now, we have money, flexibility, support, fun and rewards, simplicity, or the Pampered Chef difference. And again, either one of you can go, or maybe you both will agree you are interested in something. So are any of these topics of interest to you?
I would say probably, the support and the money, the flexibility. I'd say most of them, actually.
Okay. How about you, Alex?
I would say kind of the same, the money, support, and who doesn't like fun and rewards? So
Exactly.
Well, when we do our job, it's a party. So think about that. Who can say that? So let's talk about earning a little bit. So just for the heck of it, if you work 1 to 3 hours a week, your income could be anywhere from 110 to 510 a monthly average, and it changes depending on the shows you're doing. If you work 3 to 6 hours a week, it goes up. And you can set goals, like you want to work 8 hours a week, and that would be really what you're doing with a show. Depending on a virtual show is a lot of time. So is a cooking show. I mean, you have the 2 hours, but you can actually make up to $45,000 a month if you really go full time with this job, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So do you guys, we're talking about money, but do you, either of you have any questions about how it works with Pampered Chef?
I do. I assume it's commission.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. And Jenny and Candace, feel free to pop on if you want to say anything you want about it. It is commission, and you start out every month at 20% commission on your sales. After you have, just so you know, after you get, and our sales accumulate. So if you get to 15,000 in career sales, then you get a 2% raise, and you start at 22%. What happens after the 20%? Either one of you, Candace or Jenny, do you want to chime in on that? Do you know?
What happens after 20%?
Yeah, well, how do you get to a higher rate in a month?
Oh, well, the more you sell, the higher your commission goes up. I don't remember the exact numbers, but
well, and I can tell. Well, it goes up at little breaks. So at $750 in sales, you go from 20 to 21. So you go up, and then at $12.50 again, you go up again to 22. And then and this is in 1 month, and every month you start over. And then when you get up to 24 or 2,500, you go up again, and then the highest you can go as a new consultant is 24%, and that would be if you had 4,000 in sales in a month. So it's cool. I mean, you get paid at whatever rate you are. Like at the beginning of the month, if you only submit $750, then you're going to be paid at that rate, but then they add it on as you go up in sales. And so that's how commission is made. Does that generate any questions with you guys? So and Pampered Chef also adds little incentives. So a lot of months, if you get 70 in sales, you can earn a product. This month, you can earn a mug that says Pampered Chef. And
I did tell Alex about the mug. I was like, it's super cute.
I earned my first one today.
You did?
Yes, I submitted it up to, so I submitted up to $750, but I have a whole show to submit, so I'll earn my second one. So we went to conference, everyone just earned 1 mug. But anyone who went to conference, they're letting them earn up to 4. So I'll have my second mug by tonight, just saying. So
Look at you.
nice.
Just starting. So
No, it's $750 or every 2 shows we submit, right?
this month, yeah, this month it is. I don't know if it's every 2 shows for the extra mugs. I think it's $750.
It is
Okay.
$750. So it's 2 shows for the first one, but it's $750 after. So you'd have to submit another
So you'd have to submit
$2,200.
for the month, yeah.
Yeah.
But as a new consultant, you don't always worry about that. You just worry about getting your shows. So what it works when you're a new consultant, you really, I mean, you make your own hours. You can decide how much you want to work. You can decide how much you want to earn. And really, you're not going to make the same on every show. It's the average of shows. So some people get really upset. I mean, there are shows, it has to be 200 G a show. And some people just don't get them up much higher than 200, and other people do 1,400 or 1,000 or whatever. And you kind of look at that as the average of how you want to do it. So that's the main way you earn money, but you also can earn products. and twice a year you can earn all the new products that they come out with. Oops, we lost Alex. So, and you were talking about, let's see, I'll see what kind of support we have. So what kind of support would be important to you? On here we have, you can read it, national and regional training, we have online training, we have local team meetings, there's a consultant support center that's toll free, and then all of us on this team are support for you. So I don't know where Alex is, but Bunny, are any of those more important to you than others?
I would say just having the team, you know, because you have someone you could talk to and ask questions, and
Yes.
and I would need that.
And
I
you
would
know, I
agree
don't
with
know where you live, if it would be easy for you to come to our meeting. We meet once a month.
Okay.
Some of the meetings I record, I do live on Facebook, or we do some meetings on Zoom. But we do have a team Facebook page, and people, there's been a lot of chatter on that page recently, which has been awesome. People, you know, it's not just me that can answer questions. Everybody can. And it's nice to see each other supporting each other. And when you're a new consultant, a lot of times you have questions and you think they're dumb, but they're really not.
Right.
So, because I like to tell everybody it's kind of like an onion. You start out with the onion tight, and as you unpeel the layers, you find out more and more about things, and you just can't know it all at one time.
Right.
So, and you're going to
Now,
find out
where
what
are the monthly meetings? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's okay. They're at my house, which is in Grand Rapids. And I
Okay.
don't know so Jenny and another consultant, Angela, drive up from Jackson. So they drive 2 hours once a month, which is crazy. You guys are crazy, okay? Just saying it.
I mean, it's all right.
And I don't know, Cass City it might be about that same amount.
I would think, yeah. I
Yeah.
would think so.
And, you know, we try to start them at 6:30 and be done by 9. And a lot of we also try to do recipes. This is a cooking organization, so we do trial recipes, and I was doing a long time period where different people would bring recipes and then talk about how they made them, so we could do more training. But we do training at our meeting. We don't just get together and talk. We do learn things and talk about things that are trouble, or, you know, how to book shows, how to coach your host, things like that.
So if you couldn't make the meeting, you could watch it, or, you know.
Yeah, I don't, it depends on the kind of meeting. I don't always record them all, but yes, we try to record them if we can. So, so yeah, that's it's a nice thing. We have, there will be a big meeting in September, on September 10th, which is going to be here in Grand Rapids. It's not going to be at my house, but it's going to be close to my house. And someone from the Pampered Chef National Office is coming, and we're going to do a fall launch, which is we're going to have all the new products out, and we're going to do some training, and you can buy raffle tickets and win them. So, so anyway, that's what we're going to do in September. Our actual next meeting is on Monday of this week, or this next week, at my house. So, and depending what I end up doing, we are going to do, I'm going to do a demo of a new product. I might record that. Yeah, that's the quick cooker. But, and then I think we're going to probably do some interactive training. So I don't know if I would record that, but at least we can figure it out. So
Right.
I will always let you know.
But you're not required to, be at a meeting, or.
No, you're not required, but it really helps you keep your incentive. I mean, it's easier when you're meeting people that are doing what you do, and you find out that, if it's hard for you, which sometimes it is, that other people are going through it. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
I would 100,000% agree.
Yeah.
I felt really lost without the meetings, and it helped me so much.
I
And I
would
don't-
not have continued with Pampered Chef if not for the team.
Yeah.
When we did just have our national conference, and that's once a year, and that is definitely a big team building, but also a lot of learning because they do a lot of good training.
Mhm.
So
And where is that one?
it's always in Chicago. So what we do is we carpool, we share rooms, and what they've been doing for the last 2 years is new consultants can go for $99, and you can use Pampered Chef dollars. So some of the advantage of becoming a new consultant is for every 12.50 in sales you earn. Once you earn 12.50 in sales, which is usually 2 to 3, sometimes 4 shows, then you're considered a qualified consultant. And when you're qualified, you earn whatever the monthly product is if you do it in 30 days. So this month, you get an extra 100 Pampered Chef dollars. So when you get to $12.50, you get 100 Pampered Chef dollars no matter what the product is that they give you. But this month, they're giving you an extra. So when you get to $12.50 in sales in the first 30 days, you would get 200 in Pampered Chef dollars. And Pampered Chef dollars are like, if you have a little account, you can buy supplies with it. You can buy products. You can use it to go to conference. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So in your first 3 months, you can earn 100 Pampered Chef dollars every time you get to 12.50 in sales. So somebody who has a really strong show schedule, and we really encourage you to try to do 4 to 6 shows in your first 30 days, even if you're not going to do it continually 4 to 6 shows. If you have a good start like that, it gives you a lot of contacts and a lot of future shows. Even if you go out like 2 or 3 months, and then you have a good start, you get the extra dollars to use for something. And the other nice thing about Pampered Chef is they give you your website for 90 days. So that's kind of nice. That's free. Then after that, you have to pay for it.
Okay.
And Jenny, I see you're walking back toward Old Navy.
I am.
So Alex, you know what? I am going to record this.
Yeah, I let her know. She said she had to get off because the parent of the kids she's watching got home and he was asking her questions and she felt like she couldn't focus.
Yeah.
So I told her it would be recorded. She could come back on and watch it. And then if we need to, we could always reschedule and just if she had any other questions or anything like that.
Or yeah, and if you come, we can answer questions at our meeting too if she comes.
Yeah.
So good. So we'll just concentrate on you, Bunny. And
right.
I know Jenny.
All eyes on you, girl.
Glad you could be on. Thank you. And by the way, you know how to get the coupon if she decides to do that?
It's in my email. I know that.
Right. And I just was reading today, people are saying you have to sign up with their name, and then it takes a while. You both will get an email how to use it.
Okay.
So just so you know.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get off of here so you can focus on Bunny.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll
Nice
talk
to
to you
meet you.
soon.
Nice meeting
All
you,
right.
Jen.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Candace, I'm mad at you because you're eating in front of us.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You're probably hungry.
I'm
So,
drinking in front of you too.
I got tea. That doesn't go very far, but. All right. So, Bunny.
So how does the website work, Carol? I didn't catch all that. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, you really want to have a website because then people can order online and all that. But as soon as you sign up, you can actually put your name in and you get 3 months free of the website. After that, it's either $66 for 6 months or $120 for a whole year. And you're almost better off doing it for a year. They always tell you when it's going to expire.
Okay.
But there's a lot of stuff you can't. If you want to do Facebook shows, you really have to have a website because you got to give people a link. You got to, and all that is really well organized. We don't have to remake the wheel.
So you go through their website is what you're saying. It's already set up and then.
Yeah, well, you set up your own. It's part of Pampered Chef, but Pampered Chef also has,
Well, setting it up really just means you put your name in it.
right.
Okay.
You're not building a website.
No,
Good.
you're not building it. It's just ready to go. You have a little leeway to put stuff in, like you can put your story in, but at the beginning, you don't really have to worry about that.
Mhm.
But it's nice to have the website. Thank you,
Okay.
Candace, for verifying that.
Yeah.
But that's a perk, and it's a nice one, because if you had to pay for it right from the get-go, that's extra money that you have to pay.
Right, right.
So, and so I'm just gonna ask you whatever questions you have, and we'll try to answer them. So,
Okay. All right. So do you have to keep track of everything, or does Pampered Chef send you a statement like for taxes, and how does any of that work?
that's a good question. They do send you a 1099. You're an independent contractor.
Okay.
That will include all your commission. It will also include anything you earn. So like if you earn something free, it's on the back as like a perk, and you
Right.
have to work that out. If you use it for your business, it kind of is a win-win, because you can say, I'm using this for my business. It's not like something I'm just going to have, like a free
Right.
thing. As far as other things, I keep track, and most consultants do keep track of their mileage,
Mhm.
their postage. You can either put it in a spreadsheet or on Pampered Chef. We have a
If you
consultant.
don't like it, you can take off the lettuce.
We have a consultant's corner, which is just for consultants. There is a spot on there where you can just record your income and expense,
Okay.
and then at the end of the year, you can upload it into a Excel spreadsheet. Or you
Okay.
can just make your own little file and
This one
record it.
doesn't have any lettuce on it.
Right.
So you want to use that. And obviously, if you're only doing one show or two shows a month, it's easier to track than if you're doing 8 to 10.
Right.
I try to do. It's a little more complicated then, but it's still, you can do it. So.
Yeah. Well, we did have, we've had several businesses over the years. I used to have my own store, so I'm kind of familiar with that. That's why
Okay.
you had to keep track.
And Candace, I want you to address this, the training that Pampered Chef gives you. What did you feel like when you first signed up?
Well, it's fantastic because I had you at a phone call, and I don't know how many times I called you.
It's okay.
Enough to drive you crazy.
Yeah. No, you don't drive me crazy, because I remember when I started. So they do give you a really thorough training. Like they give you emails in the first week a couple times, and then like they kind of touch base with little videos. We have a thing on our consultants corner called PC University, which trains you on, and they tell you when to go to which courses, and you can do that 24/7. So if you were a nanny like Alex and you're nannying during the day, you can do it during the night. You can do it anytime.
Okay.
And I wouldn't advise you to go in and do all of them at once, or it'll just drive you crazy. But like
Right.
you might start out with, how do you get shows, or how do you run a show? And then we try to do training in our meeting and talk about different things. But you can always ask questions. I'm here as your trainer, and if you signed up under Candace, I would try to include Candace as much as possible in anything that we do. So we can do it on a Zoom meeting like this, or we can do it, by phone. There's just something in questions, if you have millions of questions, that's okay. This is typically what happens with new consultants. They'll say to me, I have a question. And I'll say, okay. And they'll ask the question. And then, oh, I have another question. And by the time we get done off the phone, I have 10 questions that they had. And it makes me laugh, because I'm like, oh, I forgot about this. I want to answer it.
Right.
And it's okay. Because that's really you get a lot of questions that we don't always think to answer.
Okay.
So it's simple because of the website, and because Pampered Chef has a consultant's corner where you can see all your shows. You can see what the sales are. You don't have to record any of that. It's all there for you. In fact, I think I'll go on. Let me see if I can do this. If I can minimize this.
Here you go, Ari. No lettuce on any of them now.
All right, so I am going to go to.
It tastes better now, I promise.
So this is Consultant's Corner. This is what you see if you go into Consultant's Corner. So you have everything over. Can you guys see this?
No, you may not have dessert without you.
No,
Oh,
I still see the last screen, Carol.
okay, so I'll have to share that. Let's see, new share.
Get it.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is called our opening page. So it will go every show you have. You can see what your monthly sales are, both submitted and unsubmitted. As you can see, as a director, I can see my team sales, and my sales are $754.95, and the teams are $754. So no one submitted any sales yet this month, but that's but I can keep track of it that way. Over here, you can actually open up all your parties that you have scheduled. You can look and see if you have somebody who placed an order, you can see the shipment status. And I don't know if I can even. Did that change the screen? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So this will tell you anyone who ordered and whether it's been shipped or it's just been received. So you can always tell that. Let's see. And then we have a full site where everything Pampered Chef is on it. So this is PC University. This is just what you'll see after you become a consultant. There's lots of things that are new. We have new fall catalogs, so they actually have a little section there where I have my finger, fall winter 2018 resource guide. So they have trainings on all the new products. So you can pretty much scroll through here and do whatever you need to do. So, and shipment status is here too. And then up here, you have drop-down menus. So like over here at the Business Center, here's my income and expense where you can actually record your income. Your Pampered Chef dollar account is over here, whatever you have in your dollar account. And it takes forever to go through this whole website, and you don't have to do it all at one time. But this is the main thing that a new consultant needs to know, and that is university.
Okay.
So new consultants would start there, and they have all kinds of stuff that you can read and watch, and then they have resources over here on the side, what to do in the first 24 hours, what to do in the first 48. So it's all very broken down, and everything that you need to see, you can see. So does that provoke any questions, or?
That helps actually, because that's what I was going to ask is, how you get started at doing that. And so you enter your own information on a show, is that right?
Yes.
Like if you're having a show, you would enter that and then keep track of it on there?
Yeah, so let me show you. You would go to my shows and orders, and there's several ways to do that. And right here, you can see it says see all upcoming parties. You can actually enter just individual orders as well. But if you were going to enter a new party, you would just click on new party. And then you have this little screen that opens up. You say whether it's a cooking, a fundraiser, a wedding, or a catalog show. If it was a virtual party, you would click yes.
Okay.
You put in the date. It's very simple.
Right.
You put in the host name. The one thing you have to remember to do is create show at the end, but you fill in the address. It takes 5 minutes to do a show, to set up a show. So and that's something people worry about, but it's really easy to use. If you have your website, once you do set up a show, then you have, I'll just show you an example. One of my upcoming. You have, I gotta get one that I can actually. So let's see. So you also have a party page. I'm just gonna go. So when you have a website, you have all little extra file folder things, like you can do a show page for each host so that they can actually go online and you can make a link for them. And right now you don't have to know all this, but it's really easy. You can see the guest list if they put it in. You can actually email them from the website, and the email is all set up, and you can alter it. So it just tells them how to connect to the page, because there is a page. So anyway, everything that you need, the host wish list can go on here. Somebody sounds not happy.
No.
So that's some of the, the resources are easy, and once you do set up one show, are you pretty computer literate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So then you shouldn't have any trouble. It's pretty easy to do.
Okay.
So, and then we have in our resources, besides the training, we also have something called marketing imagery, where if you want to find out what the specials are coming up, you just go in here. We usually go out 3 months. So they still have July on here, but you can click on here and see what the host benefits are for August.
Okay.
And then you can go back and if I do this, you can go back to September. So if you have somebody that wants to do a September show, you can actually look at this. You can also print it off. And then they also have Facebook imagery. So if you were going to put something on a Facebook, these two over here on the right are either a post or a cover for a show.
Okay.
And that's all available to you on our website. They make it pretty easy. So,
Okay.
and you can also print off order forms. When you sign up for a kit, you get everything you need to do 4 shows. You get enough catalogs, you get folders, you get cards, wrestling cards. Candace, what would you say would be good advice when you first sign up, as far as setting up your shows? Or
Hang on, I'm chewing.
okay. I'm gonna move.
Well, they gave me so much stuff that I still have order forms and catalogs from when I signed up. So what I did as soon as I got my kit is separate the stuff into different envelopes to prep for hostesses. So what I did is I made 10 clipboards for in-person parties that had catalogs and order forms on them, and then I put together folders with the rest to make hostess packets for people who wanted to host. And then I copied Carol's letter when I hosted a party.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. No, it's fine. And I just handed out my last hostess packet that I made, because I made probably 15 of them. So I was prepped for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
and
So
that's
I guess that would be my recommendation, to sit down and organize everything before you try to start hosting parties.
I think that's really great advice, because I think one of the worst things you can do is make up one host packet, and then when you're at a show, someone wants to sign up for a show and you don't have something to give them. And a host packet usually, and they even tell you what goes in it, but usually you have some order forms. You have like 2 to 3 catalogs, what the specials are. I don't even keep those in my packets. I just put them in depending on what month the people book it. So it's helpful if you have a printer for those. Or if you don't have a printer, you can always just email them to people. But my advice to you, if you email something to someone nowadays, is to also let them know you just emailed them. Because if they get 1,000 emails,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. But it's not,
Okay.
the only thing, like Candace said, she made 15, that just saves you time. So
Right.
you've got them all done. My husband actually makes mine for me.
Mm-hmm.
You could have your granddaughter do it. I mean, all you do is put things in either in a folder, or you can get folders from Pampered Chef, or you can just get a quick cheap one from the store, and you put a couple catalogs in it with, and I always put a letter in that when my host gets the catalogs that I send them, I go over it with them. Like, how can you invite? How can you get people to come to your party? A lot of people nowadays want to just do Facebook to invite, and that is not the only way you should invite. You should give them something concrete. Nobody gets mail anymore.
Right.
Pampered Chef will send you postcards. There's also mini catalogs you can send out. There's even labels you can print to put on them. And either you can send them out for your people, or you can send them to them and tell them to either hand them out and give them out. I just had a host. I had a show last night, and my host said to me, "I want to mail something. Is 30 too many?" And I said, "Heck no, it's not, because generally only a third of the people you invite to an in-person party come. And with Facebook parties, I would think it's probably about the same, don't you, Candace? Sometimes people invite 100 people or everybody they know, and they only get 10 or 15 coming because people have to click going if they're going.
Yeah.
Right.
So I tell my host, and in my letter I say you got to invite multiple ways. We now have the option, if you have the show page, your host goes there with her phone. She can actually send a text with the invitation in it. So all she has to do is put in the person's phone number, hit the link that says share, and it will send them an invitation to the party. Very simple. So for those people who don't read their emails and might read text all the time.
Right.
You can also do a Facebook event and, put stuff on there. I don't rule out Facebook. Some people really like to use it, but it's always good to have alternate ways. So the more people you have coming, the more your host will be successful and you will. And, one of the first things I would say if you're starting out is to host your own grand opening party.
Yes.
Okay.
It can either be online, or you could do two. You could do an online one, you could do an in-person one. So
I highly recommend in person, because I got how much? I don't even remember. It was close to a $600 show in person, but my online one didn't generate any sales. But that's also because I didn't really know what I was doing online yet.
Right. That'll be me.
Oh, I think Candace would be a very good resource. She's becoming like our guru on virtual parties. So she just, she's just doing it. You got to do it. And, going live is a good thing to do on parties, which is real hard for all of us. I mean, maybe it's not hard for you, Candace, but the rest of us, we don't like doing it. But that's what people like.
Right.
Really? You don't like doing it?
I don't like doing it. I still do it.
Right.
I booked a virtual show in September, and I told the lady, my whole house is being torn up because we're adding on. And I said, I have no idea where I'll do your live videos from. And she goes, well, that'll be great. If your house is all torn up, you can show people how you can still cook without a kitchen.
Oh, yep.
I'm like,
now,
okay,
do you generally do the shows? Do you generally do the shows at your house or at their house?
No, you do. Okay. You generally do them at their house. I mean,
Okay.
but if you have a really great house for having a party and somebody is hesitant, you can always offer your house.
Right.
I mean, and you can always hold your own party.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a party, I try to do one every year at Christmas time. I call it a Christmas open house, and then I give away the host benefits. So it's kind of like somebody's name gets drawn and they get all the host benefits, which is whatever the sales are of the party. I do that once a year, and now I've been doing it so many years that people wait for their invitations to that. So, but you could do something like that. You could do a show in your husband's name.
Jessie has hosted lots of shows.
So here's the thing. If you yourself host a show, well, I'm not even going to go into this, but I'll tell you more about that later because it's just, you don't get as much commission if you host it yourself, but you do get all the host benefits. So if you're trying to get products, if there's products you really love and you host your own show, you can get them for half off or 50% off, or sometimes 60. All our new products that come out every new season, we can buy for 50% off. At any other products that are available, you get 20% off until you become a director, and then you get 30. And one time a year, you can get them for 40%. So it's kind of, but they give you options. Plus, you always can earn products. So this month is the cup, which isn't really a product, but it's something that says Pampered Chef on it, and you can carry it around, and people are going to go, oh, you're Pampered Chef? Oh, I love Pampered Chef. So it's good to have that kind of stuff.
So it's better to have someone else host it, though, the party, actually, right?
Well, okay, so that's a good question. For your first one, you could host your own. You don't really, I would encourage you to host your own, although maybe you do another one first before or you could have it at someone else's house and call it your opening show.
Okay.
What would you say, Candace? So here's the thing about Candace. Before she had her opening show, she had a show with me. So she had already had a show at her house. Do you think if your first show, Candace, was your opening show, it would have been harder? Like the show you did with me as the consultant.
I'm confused. What's your question?
So remember we did a show first and then you had your own show?
Yes.
Okay, so if that first show that we did would have been your opening show, do you think it would have been harder?
You mean if I had never hosted my own party,
Right.
would it have been more difficult?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I learned a lot just by being the host.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have signed up as a consultant if I hadn't hosted my own party because I didn't really care about Pampered Chef before that.
Oh, that's interesting. And that's not true for everybody, but
yeah, no, it's not. But I hadn't really heard much about it. I hadn't bought anything for years. And Stacy, my cousin, was having a party, so I just hosted one for her so she could get a half off, and then I ended up falling in love. So
the rest is history.
yeah.
So you can, and you can decide, but if you want to try to get 4 possible dates, you can ask people, would you host a show for me? I'm just starting out my business. And
Okay.
it could be a catalog show, it could be a virtual show, it can be a cooking show. Cooking shows are pretty awesome. They give you some recipes for your first time consultants. And I advise you, not everybody does this, but I advise you to pick a simple recipe and only do one recipe for your first couple of shows and probably do the same one. Because that way, if you do the same one for both of your first shows, then you get to work through the kinks and you know what to say. So if you're really creative and you want to do a second one, a different one the next time, you can. But if you want to make it as simple as possible, sometimes it's just easier because when you first start doing a show, there's a lot you have to remember.
Right.
So,
Well, actually, when we were at conference and the ladies that did the hosting training, and they are high up there, super successful ladies. Well, she said that she only, for the last 11 years she's done Pampered Chef, she only does 2 recipes that she offers her hosts. Every single party, she only offers 2 of the same recipes so that she knows exactly what she's doing. I thought it was a great idea. I hadn't really thought about that.
And what I would say to that is that it depends on where, that's a really great idea. I don't do it that way because I really like doing different recipes and I like giving my host more choice, but it's choice within limit. I don't just say, go look at the website and pick anything you want because they might pick a recipe that doesn't use any products. I try to find recipes that use a lot of products.
Yeah.
And And if you just show the more expensive ones, you're going to book shows from that. I was telling, no, I don't know who I was telling. I did a show last night, and we used the spiralizer.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, and then I also, because she had 20 people there, I also brought the grill pan because we were worried that maybe we would need a little bit more food, a little more protein, because we did a salad. And we cooked just like 4 chicken breasts in the grill pan, which comes in the kit, by the way.
Well, only the ultimate kit.
The ultimate kit, yes. And I booked 2 shows because 2 ladies really want that pan now that they saw it.
That's why.
Well, actually, my host wants it too. Yeah, it's really cool. So, but even if you don't sign up for the ultimate kit, you can get it. You can still order it or have your own show and get, like, your first show. You could have a big enough show that you could earn it for half price or 60% off or whatever.
Okay.
So, and you know what? One of the things that's really dangerous when we do these kind of interviews is that I talk too much, so I'm really sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm excited about this business, so I'm going to just ask you what kind of questions are coming to your mind, or what kind of fears or whatever. I'm done. I'm not going to tell you any more things because I could tell you about the whole business and you'll just turn around and run in the other direction probably. So,
I think probably the first time being on your own, I think that would be, make me more nervous, but.
It does. It does. Candace, what do you think about it?
Well, thank goodness for the apron pockets that Pampered Chef gives us, because my hands were shaking the whole time, my first party. But it was such a good experience. And after that, everything after that was just a breeze. And it was a great party. I had to get used to it because I am not outgoing in the slightest. And I've never done sales before other than working at Wendy's.
Right.
So I think it's changed me. Well, not think. I know it's changed me as a person. The fact that I can just talk to people now, I've never been like that before. It's very shy before. I don't know. I think it's just a huge step to do it the first time, but once you've done it once, after that, it's easy.
Okay.
And you know what? Anytime you try something new, there's going to be fear.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we all have fear. There's fear about everything. I walked across the stage at our conference, and we had to wait for like a half hour before we did. And we were all nervous. I mean, nothing was going to happen. I wasn't going to trip, and I wasn't worried about tripping, but the thought of doing it is scary. The nice thing about when you're a new consultant, though, is you can just say, I don't know the answer to that. Or, I'm new at this, please, would you help me out, read this here, what page is this on? People are willing to help you.
Right.
And they forgive you. You don't have to be perfect. We always say we're pampered chefs, not perfect chefs. So people also like it when you make mistakes at your show. I've actually totally forgotten parts of recipes. And I'll go, oh, I forgot to put that in. Oh, well. It'll be good anyway. I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm pampered. And they laugh.
Yeah.
And you just want to, you get together with people and they have a good time. And yet they learn something. And as you go on, you're going to be able to share things and help them in your own houses. And you build relationships with people. Because we really, even though Candace says she never sold anything, we don't really have to work hard to sell our products because people just like them.
Right.
And what we're trying to do is build relationships with people and help them do well with their families in the kitchen. And the products, I've had times where I've had like a group of women at a show all buy the same product and we never even talked about it because they talked about it to each other.
Right.
And they're all buying one thing. I had a show earlier in the summer where one of the lady who was the past host bought our cool and serve tray. It's the one that has the things that you put in the freezer. and it keeps food cold for 4 to 6 hours. She bought 2 of them when she hosted a show, and she told everyone at that show, you all need to have one of these. And every single woman at the show, because of what she said. I didn't say you all have to have one of these. I didn't say anything. They all bought one, and they're $46. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Now, if you do an in-home show, should you cook at that show, or, you know, if you do this at someone else's house, would you say just show the product, or?
What do you say to that, Candace?
I have learned to ask my host what she wants. So my first one, I did a station style where everybody took part in it, and everybody, like, I just told them what to do, and I wrote it down, like, you're going to cut the chicken, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. They really liked it. And now I've got one coming up, and I asked her, what would you like? And she wants to do, one second. She wants to do a demo where I'm doing the cooking, like a cooking class, and they're kind of watching as students. And I'll probably start something and say, can you finish this? And I'll move on to the next thing. So everybody's still touching the products, but I'm doing most of the cooking and the teaching. Or if they wanted just like, I just want you to show me how stuff works, you could bring in like samples of each little, like, I don't know, like chips and dip, and sample something here and there. I would just ask the host what they want. And because when the host gets what she wants, she's going to be much happier and a much better host for you.
Right. Okay.
So Candace, when she did her first show with me, she wanted to have a slow cooker show. I had never done one. I'd never done a slow cooker show, but I said, okay, I'm game. I'm going to try it. So I actually brought our slow cooker over because you obviously can't do a slow cooker in like an hour. So she cooked it during the day, and then we just made a couple things that went along with it. We made salsa and guacamole, and it was simple. But honestly, from my experience, if people get a chance to try a product, they're going to find out how it's going to help them. They're going to want to buy it. So sometimes virtual parties where you show pictures or videos don't get that across the same way. Live videos do. But again, if they can put their hands on it and try it themselves, like our garlic press, you can see it and you can say how it works, but if they, I need somebody up here to crush this garlic, and they come up and do it, they are sold the minute they see how easy it is. A lady last night at my party told me she bought a garlic press at Meijer, brought it home, and the first clove of garlic she put in it, it broke.
Oh.
So she goes, I gotta have the Pampered Chef one because I wasted money, you know. So it is good to try to do something, and you don't have to do anything really extravagant. And also another thing new consultants think is you have to cook a whole meal. No, you do not have to provide the people that are at the party with a whole meal, but taste something. And if you look at it that way, your recipe shouldn't take, you know, like 2 hours or anything like that. So what other questions do you have?
I think that's it right now.
Okay. So are you thinking you might want to sign up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo-hoo!
Woo-hoo! So, Candace, do you have any questions about how to do that? Well, let me show you. I think I have. Oh, nope, this isn't the right one. Okay, hold on. I thought I pulled up something, so hold on. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. All right. When you're sharing your screen, it can sometimes be difficult. All right. Okay, we have our consultant kits, and I believe that is back in my PowerPoint. Okay. So these are the, can you see this? Oh, okay, here we go.
You're still in marketing imagery.
Yeah, I know. It told me my screen saving is paused. Okay, so I'm going to this one. There we go. So these are the 3 kits. And obviously the coupon that Candace has is for $109.
Okay.
So, and if you need, we can send you a list of what's in them. So the Ultimate Kit has all these things in them, including the grill pan and one of our rock crocks. The Deluxe Kit has 159. It doesn't have the grill pan, but it does have a rock crock, which is something, I don't know if you have one, but people love the rock crock. And then the starter kit, you could do it for totally free. Has these products, and then you could host your own show and get more. So you can kind of think through it. Candace, you could probably send her a flyer which has the 3 kits, unless you already know what you want to do.
I told her which kit, what comes with each kit.
Okay. So are you thinking any particular one particularly, or?
I would, just because the first 2 have more things in it and easier to show people, probably I would do that. One of the first ones, the Ultimate or the Deluxe.
Okay.
Mainly because I haven't bought a lot myself.
Okay.
You know, so it'd be easier to do a show with more, I think.
Yeah.
And let me just point out that, and I like to point this out at my shows. In this kit, you get the grill pan and the grill press. The grill pan alone is $190.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even paying $249. You're paying $249 for all these products, which are over $1,000. But the grill pan is worth almost what, and the press together is almost worth $249.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worth it, because that is going to be, I call the grill pan a show booking tool, because when people see it and they see that it's $190, they do not want to spend $190. All you have to do is say at your show, if you host a show, you can get this for free or half price, or in September you can get it for 60% off. So that's only like $60 or something. I'm just making up a number, but anyway, it's cheap, and if you tell them what they're paying for. So yeah, that would be worth it.
Amazing. And you'll sell our nonstick that way, because you'll be able to show people how really nonstick it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am a burner. I burn my food all the time, because I walk away, I get distracted, and then I walk back, and Jesse's like, "Woman, what are you doing?" And everything's black. But then I let it dry, and I just pick it off. It just lifts right off the pan. It's phenomenal. It's the best nonstick I've ever seen.
It's really good.
Yeah, I have the large pan. I forgot the name of it, but it takes 2 of the griddle presses on it.
Okay.
Oh, the double burner pan?
Yes, I have that. I love it.
Awesome. Well, but see, now they're upgrading it for fall.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all new, and the new double burner griddle is coming out, and grill pan are coming out on September 1st. So I got to decide what I want to do with mine, because, you know, I could use them here, but then you don't want to take the old ones to a show, so it's kind of like, we got to figure out a way to get them. So, although we can get them for 50% off, but so what Candace is going to have to do is give your name, and I don't know how much information you have to put in there, Candace, but you'll have to give it to Pampered Chef, and then you guys will both get an email. And when it's time to sign up, you go to Candace's website and just click on Be a Consultant, and it'll do all that. So, and then once you join, Candace will get an email. You have your consultant number within 24 hours, but they tell you everything. You can link right to our consultant page. I will send you an email. One of the things I try to tell my new consultants is try, and if you want, because I think it might take a day or 2 to get that coupon activated, try to think of, you can actually make a list. You can go through, we call it a Frank's list: friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and I forget what the K is, Frank's, I'll think of it later. But you can go think of all those people and try to think of 3 people in each of those groups that you could ask to host a show for you. Because even if they don't do it right away, they might do it later on. Fall is a great time because people like to buy gifts. But if you can find 4 people right away, or even 6 that want to host a show in the next 30 days, if you can even get 4 in the next 30 days, then you're guaranteed that that you should qualify. So we'll work. That means to get to
So, I'm sorry, what am I qualifying for?
They just call it a qualified consultant when you get to 1250 in sales.
Okay.
So like,
and then you'll get that 200 Pampered Chef dollars.
Yes, you would get 12. So if when you get to 1250, no matter what, you're going to get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. But in the month of August, if you sign up, if you get to the 1250 in 30 days, you're going to get 200 Pampered Chef dollars, and you can spend them on anything. So you could go into our website and buy all the new product, or some of the new products and pay for it all with your Pampered Chef dollars and not out of your own pocket. Or you can buy more catalogs or whatever.
Okay.
So.
But initially I pick the kit and use whatever coupon and get started with that kit. Is that correct? Okay.
It'll come within a couple days after you actually sign up. It will have all your paperwork that you need. It will have a bag to put your stuff in. You get an apron. It has everything you need to be a consultant.
Okay.
And then they'll start sending you emails, and we can do kind of trainings like this if you need it, because you're not in the same town.
Right.
And then, maybe Candace, as since Candace has relatives over near you, maybe she can come to your first show and be like a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice if the person who recruits you or me as the director would come to your first show, because it's nice to have someone there in case you can't think of the answer to something. And I usually like to talk about booking and recruiting and leave you to just do the show part, just for the first one, because then it's just less that you have to work on. It's not necessary for us to be there, because I haven't been there with all my consultants, because some of them, it just doesn't work.
Right.
So, but we'll work that out once you get your first show.
Okay.
But I would try to see if you can even still get some in August. We have a great host special in August, and we've got the extra free product if you get to 650 in sales. And you could do it yourself, or you could do in your husband's name, and you be the consultant and have people come to your house.
Okay.
If you feel comfortable with that, that would be a good way to start. Or you could find somebody and go to their house and do it there.
Okay.
It is kind of easy with your first one when everything's at your house already and you don't have to carry it anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is something to be said for that.
Right.
You can set up everything. You don't necessarily take everything when you go to shows, but you can do that at your house. You can set it all up. So, and have it ready when people come. So, my next question for you is, we want to add you to our page. Our consultant team page is called Chic Chefs, CHIC CHEFS. And I think, are you two? You guys are both friends on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and try to add her to the page, and I'll approve it, and then I'll friend you also. And once you officially sign up, we'll welcome you on our page. But you can just be there and see what's going on. You can scroll down through it and see some of the things we talk about, and it'll be a good start before you actually start.
Okay.
So, and then depending what I end up doing on Monday, if I do some kind of recording of our demo, I would definitely send you a link to get on, unless you want to drive here on Monday. So, but you can kind of think about that.
Okay.
So, do you have any more questions?
So, okay, if I sign up, which I'm going to sign up, but I mean, then how long does it take before you get your kit and get started? If
It comes.
so, I know
Okay.
about a show.
I think mine came in like 3 or 4 days
Okay.
Yeah.
after I signed up. But I guess with the coupon, it's gonna take a day for them to like send it through the system. So I'll apply the coupon today, and then you can sign up either tomorrow or the following day. So
Or whenever you get it. You both will get an email. So obviously she'll put your email, and then they'll tell you how to sign up with the coupon.
Okay.
Since I haven't done it myself yet, because I didn't get a person to do it yet, I haven't gone through the experience, and we only have one to do it, and they've never done this before, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, they've
Right.
never done it before?
Not a coupon. They've done kits before, but they've done it in different. So
Okay, that's cool.
and then I'll get all your information because you'll be on my team. But definitely, I'll get you some information. Bunny, what is your email? Because I can email you some. I
I texted it to you, Carol.
Oh, you did send it to me? Oh, yeah, you did, because I emailed you. Okay, nope, never mind. I have your email, not a big deal.
All right.
So I'll just wait to see what happens when you guys sign up. And if you have any questions in the meantime, ask Candace. Candace is your recruiter.
Okay.
And I'm your director, but you can ask either of us. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
If you have any other
Sounds
questions, you can post them. You can ask Candace, or you can text her or me. And Candace, can you think of anything else to tell her at this point?
No, I don't think so. Although one thing I would say is at the very beginning, I overwhelmed myself with in-person shows. I did the first 3 weekends after I got my kit, I did shows. And it took me listening to my husband's advice to make it what I wanted instead of forcing myself into it until I really got comfortable selling Pampered Chef. So my advice to you is to remember that this is your business and it's what you need for you. So if you don't want to be gone on the weekends, then do weeknight shows.
Right.
But I mean, you don't have to do, when it comes to scheduling, you don't have to do what your host wants. You tell your host when you're available, and they'll usually find a time that works with those times because they want to host a show.
That brings up a really good point. The very first thing you should do is take a calendar for the next 3 months. First of all, cross out everything that has to do with your family, like special things that you have going on. Just, you can print up a catalog or a calendar and do that. And then pick some days each week that you can do a show.
Okay.
And then when you ask somebody, give them your first date. So for instance, if you signed up, like say Saturday, that they're going to make your 30-day end date probably sometime in the middle of September. They won't do it on the day you sign up. They'll give you 5 days to get it. So like say you signed up on the 11th, they'd probably say September 16th is your 30 end date.
Okay.
So, and you want to do your show when you have the kit. So say I would just pick some dates in the last 3 weeks of August right now. I mean, you could do one as soon as.
What does it look like to you?
And pick a couple days each week if you want to. I would say in the summer people don't do a lot of weekends.
Yeah.
But in the fall they might.
Okay.
But if you don't ever want to do weekends, you don't have to.
Well, we're gonna cut it up.
Okay.
You can just pick some dates and you can say, I have Tuesday, August 21st available, or Thursday, August 23rd. And if they say, oh, those days don't work for me, then you can give them your next available dates. But yeah, you have total control over it. Candace is right. So that's good. They're very good advice. So any more questions that you can think of, Bunny?
Not right now, no.
Okay. We're looking forward to having you join, and Candace is too. She's excited. So
I am.
and I'm actually going to if you want, I am recording this, so if you want, I can actually send it to you if you want. If not, it's available.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. So I have your email. It will be a link to a YouTube.
So I get 2 halves?
It won't be
There's green, yellow, blue, and red.
Okay.
awesome. And then you can kind of watch over it.
Hey,
So,
Right.
I'm giving you this square.
so did we get enough in? Are you
Yep.
okay? Well,
Yep. I think so.
congratulations. We're going to be welcoming you to our team. We're excited
Woohoo!
to know you better. So, woohoo! Well,
Thank you.
all right.
Hi, Nikki.
Okay, I'm going to end the meeting and then we'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
All right.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.